I'll be walking around with a smile so blazing. You make me happier. I never thought in 1,000 years you'd be the one to make me feel this way. Yeah, I'm gonna dance with you for a night or two. Yeah, I'm made for you. No, you see and do. I'll hold space for you. If you want me to, yeah, I'll wait for you. There's no rush, you know. Oh yeah, 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 you make me happier, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, you make me happier. Oh, oh, oh yeah, 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 you make me happier. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah.
I'm feeding you this love, can you feed back? I'm giving you these kisses, can you kiss back? I only re-up so I can relax. Just friends, but there's more, I can see that. Lines crossed, now my wall's broken. Mali in my pocket like a token. Nearly at your friendship, cause clearly you be chosen. So hard to love, but you're so soft-spoken. I could play your favorite song on repeat. I would play your favorite song on repeat. Nikki cook, then you be a recipe. I could play your favorite song on repeat. And so it goes, different colored racks and some gold, cause you want it gold. Different colored racks for the bro, we be sipping full. Hoping that the pain deep can cheapo. And hoping that you stay in the places I go.
Oh yeah, 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 you make me happier, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, you make me happier. Oh, oh, oh yeah, 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 you make me happier. Oh, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Know in my heart I'm made for you. I'm made for you. Knew from the start you don't want me to. You don't want me to. Cause you're running through my mind. You're an angel, you came and found me. Oh, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. Know in my heart I'm made for you. I'm made for you. Knew from the start you don't want me to. You don't want me to. Cause you're running through my mind. You're an angel, you came and found me. Oh, 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 hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby, more, yeah, baby, baby, yeah, yeah, more, yeah, baby, okay, baby.
Oh la 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 yeah yeah la 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 Victoria
wengine breakfast na mkiale ya tatu ya makeup marachi mkebe tatu na lipstick kilo 7 lunch time hey.
Singi akiipeana apewa kwa wingi. Kusu 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 wimbo na uvivu jamaa yake mwenendo wake. Kusu 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 wimbo na uvivu mwenendo wake. Manzi wa maana ni manzi wa nguvu. Manzi ambaye amogopaye Mungu. Siku zake zote ni manzi wa nguvu. Manzi ambaye amogopaye Mungu. Siku zake zote. Kazi zake ni za kuvutia, lote afanyalo afanyia Mungu, na ukweli ndiyo nguvu yake. Maombi moyoni yamuimarisha. Chani wa mwingine chake yeye haki, usichana wake hadi wawe. Chani wa mwingine chake yeye
And I has always asked myself and ask ourselves, what constitutes 100% female being? What is a good woman?
The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba.
On this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. You know how we do it here on Icon Radio on Sustainability Connect, where we are driving conversations on our environment, on our aspects of climate aspects. Karibuni sana. And like we keep saying, Sustainability Connect is an educative show. It's an awareness show. And today we are going to be discussing something very permanent, that is very important to us. We have grown up using, fossil fuels. But today we're going to be talking about clean cooking. And we are going to dive into a vital topic that really affects our health, our environment, and our future, which is clean cooking. And statistics show that over 70% of households in Kenya still rely on traditional cooking fuels. And this is, we're talking about charcoal, we're talking about firewood, and these particular types of cooking methods have contributed to indoor pollution as well as deforestation and a lot of climate change. So today in the studio, I'm super excited that I'm joined by two gentlemen who are spearheading this conversation of clean cooking, and they are they're going to be introducing themselves very shortly. But what I love about what they're doing is they are championing for a cleaner and better future. So karibuni sana gentlemen to Icon Radio. So probably we can start with Ellie. Introduce yourself. Okay, nishasema jina yako, but you can introduce yourself to us, to our audiences, and tell us who you are and what your role is and what company you're representing.
Thanks, Wanjira. Good morning, listeners. My name is Eli Odhiambo. I work with the Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, commonly known as CCAK. I'm the national coordinator, and at Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, we champion clean cooking. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Karibu sana, Eli.
Asante sana.
We are glad that you're here, and we are glad that you're championing for, you're the coordinating body. Yes. And championing for clean energy. So karibu sana. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what your role is.
Thank you so much. My name is Frederick Asitwa Eteye from the same organization, Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, CCAK. I'm a program officer, and I also champion the strategic pillar number 3 that deals with standards and technical support.
Oh, wow. When you say standards number 3, what is standard number 1 and number 2?
Yeah, thank you so much. So as we discuss about what CCAK is, we shall outline that we have 5 pillars, and every pillar has its own component, and I run with pillar number 3.
Oh, all right. So let's start. First things first. Who is CCAK, and what is your role and mandate, and when were you guys formed?
Thanks, Wanjira. I think that's a very good question. First, let me thank you for hosting us and for giving CCAK this opportunity to speak to your audience in terms of probably highlighting the public what clean cooking is all about. Yeah, we feel much privileged. So thanks. So for CCAK, Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, it's a membership-based organization. It's a non-profit making, and CCAK basically draws its membership from the private and the public sector. We are the champions of clean cooking, and also we advocate for clean cooking and also coordinate matters of clean cooking. So CCAK was formed in the year 2012. That time it was known as Clean Cook Stoves Association. Then over the years, CCAK has grown, and along the way, CCAK rebranded to Clean Cooking Association of Kenya. From Clean Cook Stoves Association to Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, just to ensure that it aligns its name also to the focus. It focus on clean cooking. So yeah, we work with sector players who are involved in pushing for the clean cooking agenda. Yeah, whether it's in the government, private sector, development partners, we work with a variety of stakeholders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it being a BMO, how many members do you have so far?
Currently, we have around 156 members. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we have basically we have membership, registered members, and then we also have members who have validated their subscription with CCAK.
Okay.
So you may find that the number of registered members are higher, but the ones who basically have validated their subscription with CCAK could be slightly lower.
Okay.
Yeah, but our membership is also it's growing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. So when you're talking about clean cooking and membership, what exactly is constitutes members to join, as in what's the criteria for membership?
Thank you so much. So we have various packages in which members can join. Of course, we advocate that members who are interested in the clean cooking sector, and also those who want to just champion the running call of universal access to clean cooking by the year 2030, they can still join. So this can be drawn from organizations that are large institutions. We can also have development partners. We have also students, research institutions, and even individuals who are just interested in the clean cooking space. And of course, with this comes various packages that can be accessed at our website, www.ccak.or.ke. You can find different packages that you can register with, and then an annual subscription fee. And of course, with this comes a number of values, additions that come with joining our organization.
All right. So what inspired the formation of CCAK? Because the need, what was the need that you identified and realized that CCAK needs to be formed?
Yeah, thanks. That's a good question. One, I think one thing that inspired the formation of Clean Cook Stoves Association that particular time was the kind of suffering which most people are encountering when it comes to clean cooking, because you see most people basically rely on traditional methods of cooking, as you've rightly put it. So a number of players were actually working towards enhancing adoption of improved cooking solutions, basically starting with the basic cook stoves, like what we call improved cook. So just shifting from the 3-stone pan fire to something more basic or improved, like a metallic stove with a ceramic liner in it, which can now save energy, whether it's using charcoal or it's using firewood. So there are so many players, business people who are now manufacturing these stoves, distributing them. But then also there were development partners and also the government working in this. So there was also the need now to ensure that the players who are in this sector could have a common voice, a voice through which they would be able to speak, engage the government, be able to work together to push the clean cooking agenda. So that's why at least people saw the need to come together to be able to have a common voice and to be able to advocate for clean cooking
Mhm.
through different forums. And you see now, we say if you want to go far, you move together.
Mhm.
If you want to go fast, you go alone. So because we wanted to go far in terms of the impact of embracing clean cooking, then now there was the need to bring more players on board so that we build synergy and be able to move forward with our interventions.
So, Frederick, what exactly is clean cooking? Because I know we there's what we understand basically, but is there something new that we need to demystify when we're talking about clean cooking?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question.
Mhm.
First of all, let me just break the myth that clean cooking is cooking with clean utensils and having washed your hands and all that. That is part of the clean aspect, but
Yeah.
whatever we are championing for is the technological aspect, of which I can define clean cooking as solutions that offer these are technologies that minimize harmful emissions from traditional cooking methods, just as my colleague had mentioned.
Yeah.
And of course, we work with, we can look at it from a three-pronged approach. First of all, what is the impact to the environment in terms of emissions and pollution? So there is a threshold that is given by which a solution or a technological device or an appliance can be categorized as clean based on the emission that it produces. The second aspect is the matter of efficiency.
Yeah.
You see how efficient is this technology when I'm using it. Can it qualify to be called clean?
Okay.
And then, of course, the health aspect of it, that can this solution, or rather not the health, but the safety aspect, right? How, when I handle this technology, is it safe for the end user? So in a nutshell, then you can say a clean cooking solution is an, can I call it, you have decided to embrace a technology that provides benefits in terms of safety, the emissions levels, and also the efficiency of the device. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Tupatie example. Tupatie my examples za clean cooking because sisi huku nje tunaumia sana.
Yeah.
Hatuelewi. So unaweza katupatia an example of clean cooking solutions.
Yes, there are many examples. For example, even the common one that people use at home, the LPG, that is gas ya kawaida. That's an example for clean cooking solution. There is electric cooking, which will involve electric pressure cookers or induction cookers. There are also biomass, the biogas solutions. These ones sana sana utapata upande ushago. These are also clean cooking technologies. And also we have improved biomass stoves. For example, hii jiko ambayo inakaa kama kisasa, si kama ile ya chuma ya kitambo, but ile yenye iko na liner na iko na the, what do you call it? It has some good insulation. That is part of also a clean cooking solution. Yeah, so most households have it.
Kama hii jiko kwa.
Yes, for example, that one.
Okay.
Yes.
Ni gani ingine?
We also have like bioethanol stoves,
Okay.
like the ones the ones which now use bioethanol
Yeah.
as the fuel. Yeah, that's also those are forms of clean cooking solutions.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically we have the biomass stoves, the ones which use biomass, like charcoal, as we've rightly put it. Then we
Yeah.
have the ones which use electricity. We also have the ones which use bioethanol. So we have a variety of fuels. Yeah, but I think the bottom line is we are looking at clean cooking technologies and fuels which have low emissions, less risk to the users, to ensure that the users are safe. Yeah, we're looking at carbon monoxide emissions, carbon dioxide emissions. Even the amount of the smoke that you normally see when you are cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very key. So if you can have a device that emits less smoke, or probably you are not able to see any smoke when you are cooking, then I would consider that one as a better solution.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now we know. You know, tunasikianga tu clean cooking. Now at least tumejua examples ni gani. And why is it so critical for Kenya's health, environment, and economic development for companies or for people to come up with clean cooking solutions? Because we are transitioning. You know, we are becoming more urbanized. So why is it so important for Kenya to uptake that?
Yeah, thanks. That's a good question. I think to start with, one thing that I would say is critical for us is to probably help people understand the number of deaths that normally occur as a result of indoor air pollution, which comes from cooking using traditional methods. I think as it stands currently, we are talking about 26,000 deaths annually in Kenya
Ati
as a result of
hiyo ni statistic ya ukweli?
yes, based on
Watu wanakufa juu ya moshi,
moshi. Indoor, I mean, it's
indoor
called
air pollution.
yeah, so respiratory related illnesses,
Okay.
which come as a result of unclean methods of cooking.
Oh,
Yeah, so you find that basically I was reading an article where we were looking at comparing the number of deaths that we have currently as a result of indoor air pollution and HIV/AIDS. You realize that it's almost surpassing what the number of deaths that we encounter as a country in terms of HIV.
Which article is that? Are those statistics true?
Yeah, the guys have done studies, and yeah, so
That is sad.
it is very sad. So that now shows the need for urgent and more robust action towards pushing the clean cooking agenda, just to ensure that Kenyans embrace clean cooking. So if you leave the aspect of health, then you will also realize that most people, especially who use the traditional methods of cooking, basically looking at firewood and charcoal. Yeah, because these people have to harvest firewood from forest, from the natural vegetation. Yeah, charcoal burning. You see, at the end of the day, we are looking at deforestation. We are looking at, reduced tree cover or vegetation cover. So with this, remember, we need the trees for absorption of carbon. So it means that if we cut more trees, then the amount of carbon in the atmosphere increases, and that eventually affects the ozone layer. So that's why you end up with very varied patterns of rainfall and so many things. The levels of heat, temperatures going very high. So we need the trees to help in absorbing or sinking the carbon, so that we get fresh air and better environment. So it means that the moment we embrace clean cooking, then now this pressure that we have on the natural vegetation, people cutting down trees to burn charcoal and also to use for firewood, will now go down, and therefore we'll have a better the forest cover will increase, and that will now help us to have a better environment. Yeah, the other aspect is in terms of the economic aspect. Because one, you see, if you look at the use of inefficient stoves, you realize that the way Fred has put it, the three aspects that we look at. If you look at the amount of firewood that we'll use to prepare a meal on a 3-stone open fire, and the amount of firewood that probably you would use when you're preparing the same amount of meal, but on an improved cook stove that uses firewood, then probably you may realize that if you are to use a head load, which is about 25 kgs of firewood, if maybe probably 25 kgs, a head load takes you for about 3 days to prepare a meal on a 3-stone open fire. Then you find that the same quantity of firewood probably would last you like a week if you're using an improved. So if you are to buy this firewood from the market, then you realize that you will be able to get some savings from by just using the improved cooking solutions. So what does this mean? So if this household is able to probably, even not even really a household, because cooking takes place at the household level, the institutions like schools, and even at the commercial enterprises like hotels, eateries, and all that. There's a lot of cooking that takes place at all those levels. So with this amount of savings that they get from using improved cook stoves, this money can then now be used in other productive uses. For example, if it's a household that is now saving probably 100 shillings in 2 days or 50 shillings in a day, then you see now that 50 shillings can even now be used to get a pay-go system for lighting, which now they can now use to the 50 shillings can go towards doing the daily payment. So this household at the end of the day will be able to have clean light and clean cooking solution. So there's a way now from the savings they're able to invest that savings into other productive uses.
Okay, I know you're a bit biased. Oh, sorry, you want to add a bit?
Yes, thank you. Also on the economic aspect, just as my colleague Elias put it, there is also the aspect of jobs being created from most of these industries or just businesses that deal with clean cooking solutions. You find saa zingine vijana wengi huku mtaani mengi pengine wako na skill but they don't know where to put it. But if you start up a business that deals with, say, the construction of the outside part of the GCOS, at least you can give some people employment, those who are in the distribution chain, secretaries, at least it creates an environment whereby people get some employment, and of course the whole country becomes developed economically.
I have a question. The uptake of clean cooking solutions between urban areas and rural areas, what is the disparity? And why are you smiling?
No, I just like the way you are putting the question. Yeah, so yeah, it's a good question. Huh? Yeah, one thing I think I would say that uptake of clean cooking solutions is higher in urban areas than probably in the rural areas, and it also depends on which kind of clean cooking solution you are looking at. Because you realize that in urban areas, the kind of cooking technologies that probably we now use may not be the same as in the rural areas. For example, if you are living in a single room in an urban area, it might be difficult for you to put a 3-stone cook stove in the house. So you have to go for other options like getting an improved stove. You can go for LPG cooker, you go for bioethanol, or even the electric cookers. Yeah, so by and large, I think uptake is higher in the urban areas because of the need to adopt the clean cooking solutions. And then also, also in the urban areas, there's a bit of peer pressure, competition, and then also, I think income levels. Most people, of course, if you live around, even in the slums, we can't say that people are very poor because we have people who are very also wealthy in the slums.
In the slums,
Yeah, so I think if you look at the income levels, at least income levels are also a bit higher. And then also people are more conscious about the importance of clean cooking because I think information is available. They're able to see these solutions almost in different places. If they walk around, they're able to see. But then if you look at the rural areas, I think in the rural areas, uptake of improved cook stove, especially the ones which use biomass, is quite fast. It's growing much faster in the rural areas because again also it's firewood and charcoal that is quite commonly used in the rural areas. So you find that the uptake of these solutions are high. But then now the other challenge is if you go to areas where people still have access to firewood. Some of these counties, when they have vast forests, I can say firewood is readily available. Yeah, they can easily burn charcoal. So they would ask you now, why should I really invest in a clean cooking solution if you were telling me this one will help me save firewood, yet there's a lot of firewood here that
is freely available.
So why should I? So with the availability of firewood, I think at times they don't really see the need to be able to embrace these technologies. Also, we've encountered situations where probably we talk of the number of deaths, we talk about respiratory related illnesses. But then you go to a place where you find somebody has used these traditional methods of cooking, like there was a time I was in Kilifi, in one of the villages in Kilifi, and I met an old man who was aged, I think, about 110 years.
What?
We are introducing the improved cook stove for the first time, but then they're saying, tunawambia hii kitu itakusaidia kupunguza moshi iko na madhara inapunguza the lifespan. And then you are talking with somebody who has been using
for 110 years.
And then he tells you, my mother died at 128 years.
What?
Yeah, so there are also those issues that we really need to handle, especially when it comes to behavior change. But I think generally the uptake is high in the urban areas than in the rural areas. And then now the other thing I wanted to mention, I think Fred will be able to add to this, is the fact that also if you look at other clean cooking solutions, now even the cleaner ones like electric cooking and the bioethanol solutions, you find that some of these solutions do not have like well-established distribution chains, where now if somebody lives at the last mile, I don't know where we can give as an example, but somebody living in a very remote village, probably in Kenya or somewhere, then look at the distribution of these bioethanol fuels and stoves. Are they really available in these areas? Probably these guys do not have information about these solutions. Then also look at the electricity. I know Kenya has done a very good work, the government, in terms of extending the grid connectivity rates. But still, you find that most people are not connected to the electricity. And then also some people still believe that electricity is expensive to cook with. And then to the aspect of having access to these solutions, affording them. So, yeah, so those are some of the aspects that also make it a bit difficult for the rural folks to be able to
take it up.
Take up. Yeah, so it depends on the kind of solutions that we are looking at. Yeah, thanks. But Fred, you can.
Yeah, besides the logistical aspects and some of these solutions being far-fetched, there is also the misconception that, these things are expensive.
Yeah.
You tell somebody, and sometimes, by the way, it's relatively expensive because someone might just say, nikienda kuchukua kuni sitalipishwa na nikiweka mawe 3 nitapika tu. And then you introduce a stove that's about, say, in the Kenyan market, $30. For some folk, they'll be like, this is quite expensive for me, and it will be quite hard to change their perspective. They find it, yes,
Yeah.
because they see that money will have been used for something else.
Oh, wow.
There is that aspect again of just changing the mindset, you see. Someone will tell you.
I have come to realize behavioral change is your biggest challenge.
Yes.
Because now, you trying to convince somebody who has a relative dying at 128 or 110, it's not the smoke. So they're looking at other things, but smoke is the least of their problems. So that behavioral change, I think, is what is going to be one of your biggest challenge. But I know you're biased. I mean, you're not biased, but I know of all your members, there are members who you feel like the solution came and it made a dent in the market because it revolutionized a bit. Because let me say for real, when cocoa came, I didn't know what cocoa was. I'd see people with bags, the bottles,
the canisters.
So I was very curious to know what cocoa was. So by the time they were doing mass education about it, people on the ground already knew. So for me, that I felt was one of the most one of the alternative energies that really came with more of awareness.
Yes.
Because now a lot of households, especially not even just in both urban but also in rural areas, are taking that. But do you have one that you also feel that has done something differently in the market?
Yeah, I think
I know you have 156 members.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. We have like Ban. I think you mentioned about Jikokoa.
Yes.
Oh,
Jikokoa Ban is also a member of CCAK, and I think almost every household knows what Jikokoa is.
Yeah.
Whether they have it or not, wanajua Jikokoa. Now the fact that it was also being associated with one of the call them
influential.
Yes. So if you talk about Jikokoa, then they know that Jikokoa is there and is a better stove. So I think in Jikokoa Ban themselves have also done some good work in terms of educating the consumers, the public, raising awareness, and also in terms of establishing good distribution networks. Because I think the most important thing is establishing a very strong distribution network which ensures availability of these solutions to the end users. And I think that is also one area that Coco has done quite well in terms of ensuring that these solutions are available to the people. Yeah, so we also have other companies which are working on biogas, installation of biogas systems, like Systema Bio. Yeah. We have Biogas International.
Yeah, Biogas International also that deals with the same.
Yes.
We also have
so they have also established very good networks, field officers, extension officers working with the farmers to ensure that these solutions are available, and also they ensure that every platform that's available for promoting these technologies and educating the public, they are always there to ensure that they are there to participate. Yeah, so we also have other technologies like now electric cooking appliances, electric pressure cookers. Of course, now with electric cooking appliances, the only challenge is that we have so many companies. We have electric cooking companies from different countries
Yeah.
making these solutions.
Mhm.
But I think as CCAK, we have some of our members like Nyalore Impact.
Nyarore Impact.
Nyalore Impact, yeah. Nyalore Impact is a business that is doing quite well. Of course, not really on electric cooking alone, but also the other solutions. But I think when it comes to promoting electric cooking, they've done some good work, especially in working in the ASAL areas like Turkana, working with the refugees in Kakuma, ensuring that these solutions are available. So in terms of public awareness, ensuring that these solutions are available, I think they've also done some good work in terms of consumer education.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we have different members working on different areas, but by and large, through CCAK, we've been able to work with them, provide platforms through which they're able to strengthen their markets, advocate for these solutions, and also ensure that these solutions are available to Kenyans.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah,
Fred.
and also just to piggyback on what Ellie is saying, on issues to deal with behavior change, behavioral change, right? We have also been engaged in behavior change campaigns.
Oh, wow.
That is through, holding on road shows and market activations. We have a strategy that guides the sector. It's called Behavior Change and Communication Strategy that we collaborated, a number of stakeholders collaborated to develop it. And it gives a roadmap on how even the last mile personnel can be able to access these solutions or be educated about what they entail. And of course, this we have seen massive improvements. CCAK also has been able to develop some platform in which you can just dial some USSD. It's a USSD platform whereby when you dial those numbers, *789 *788 hash, you can be able to see the solutions that are available, the distributors, repair issues, maintenance issues, and also the location. So it's quite easy now, even for the person who might not be able to have a smartphone, to be able to still access these solutions.
That's very brilliant because, like you said, awareness. Like if you consistently tell people that you'll find this solution in this particular market at this time, like it becomes consistent for them. It becomes it rings in their mind. Like every time they want something, they'll remember. So that is very important. So we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, I'm just about to cough. So when we come back, we're talking about impact and progress of CCAK. We will be discussing impact stories that CCAK has impacted in terms of the solutions. So thank you so much for staying tuned on Icon Radio, your #1 entertainment plug. And like you keep saying, Sustainability Connect is a show that bridges conversations on sustainability, environment, governance, and social impact. And today we are discussing a pertinent issue on clean cooking solutions in the market. So karibuni sana and stay tuned. Do not touch that dial.
Alex, baby, wait for me. And then I see you invited your old babe. And look at her. She looks like mess like you do. Her dress is as tacky as your suit.
That's right. That's definitely
I see why you guys were together. You make a real good couple.
What's up, people? This is Vibi.
Rapping Yaki-san.
Yaki.
And you're listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Hi, this is Eric Wanaina. Keep it locked here on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Alex!
Welcome back to Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo. And thank you so much for staying tuned to our conversation today. And thank you so much for the conversations that we're having to the national coordinator of CCAK, that is Elio Thiambo, and Frederick Etiye, ama Eteye.
Eteye Asitwa.
Okay, nimekuuliza tu moja. And Frederick, for enlightening us more on aspects of sustainability in terms of matters clean energy. And now that we've understood what clean energy is and what are some of the available solutions, where we left it was in matters of to do with policy, not policy and innovation. We were looking at impact. What, are there success stories or communities that have been transformed through your initiatives within this particular market? Frederick.
Yes, thank you so much, Wanjira, and for that question. Yes, of course, it's good that our initiatives also are well known, that there's some progress and there's some successes that you have handled. Number one, since we have been in existence from 2013, we have been able to support in development of a number of sector studies and policy documents that influence the clean cooking sector. CCAK participated also in for example, the development of the Energy Act of 2019, whereby clean cooking is also mentioned in it, and it helps. Recently, we have launched other studies, for example, the Kenya National Cooking Transition Strategy.
Oh, wow.
We have also participated in the development and also the launch of Kenya National Electric Cooking Strategy, alongside other strategies that can be found even on our website, the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum's website, which we work closely with. Secondly, there are some trainings that we have been able to do even at the grassroots level. We have been able to train women in the counties of Kilifi, Machakos, Tana River, Nairobi, Laikipia. We have covered a number of counties in Kenya, training women and youth on matters clean cooking, the technological aspect, alongside also the business aspect. And I've been able to even monitor their progress, and we have covered success stories, seeing how clean cooking has impacted them, how the communities there have changed maybe even their perception on clean cooking, and how say the financial aspect also of their livelihoods has also been improved. Besides that, there is also some engagement that you have had, with various stakeholders, and just to lobby the government for some of these taxes and to create an enabling market environment for for the businesses of our members. It was in the year 2023 that we sent a memoranda to the parliament, so that just to try to lobby for the reduction of the VAT on a number of clean cooking solutions. Of course, back in the year, sometimes we were successful, and sometimes you might find, due to different regimes, some things might there could be some exemptions, sometimes reductions, but still
you also need political goodwill.
It is very important that we have political goodwill for our mandate code to go forward. Otherwise, if you're not also working together with the government to help even Kenyans, how will you stand? A Kenyan might herself say, Wanjira, you have a business of clean cooking. You might not be able to go directly to the government and say, look, this is my business and this is what I want. I mean, you'll be speaking for yourself. But now, coming through CCAK, we are here to help our members. So we consolidate their grievances or their recommendation, and then now we tell the government this is what our members are saying, and we really request that, with of course evidence-based kind of approach. And sometimes, the government listens as well. And the government also, I believe, is there for the good of the people.
Okay, you said something very important. You consolidate their issues.
Yes.
When you're talking about funding, I know you're a BMO, and a lot of companies that are under you are also facing financial struggles. How do you help your members in that, or what what advices do you usually have for your members when it comes to finances? Because I've been in forums where a lot of companies are like conduct trainings on financial push or even access to funding.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think one of the things that we do is that we normally have funding opportunities which come, whether they are grants or just loans.
Yeah, you just go on.
Yeah, so basically we help them to have access to this information. So we normally circulate these opportunities through social media to be able to help them have access to this information so that they are able to apply for these opportunities. The other thing is that we also help them in terms of providing support capacity building when it comes to resource mobilization. Yeah, we at times we do proposals with them together. At times we guide them on how to do proposals so that they're able to get funding. But of course, where they also need connections, they need like referrals and recommendations. We also come in to ensure that we give them the support that is required. Yeah, but the most important thing is having access to information on the available financing opportunities that are there in the market.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about stories of impact, I know you are very big on inclusivity. So when you're talking about the youth, women, people with disabilities, how do you incorporate or enable them to be part of this, not just as members, but also community uptakers?
Yeah, thanks. So when it comes to community outreach, we have what we call the community entry strategies. Basically, if we are going to work in a county, we work with the county governments. Already the county government have structures. Also, we have instances where we work with the national government departments through the chiefs. So these are people who are knowledgeable about the kind of people that we have in the communities. And so when we are probably organizing for forums, we always ensure that we tell them to be conscious about ensuring that everyone is included, the disabled, the youth and the women. So we have, as CCK, we are very deliberate in terms of ensuring inclusion, and we have a very clear strategy on how that is done. So we always ensure that at least in our approaches, we are conscious of this, and all the different people are brought on board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when you're doing, I feel like you get a lot of back and forth when you're doing a lot of these activities. What are some of the challenges that you experience when you're trying to push for your agenda as a governing body?
Yeah, of course, I think one of the most critical things is that all these activities require resources. Yeah, if you want to do high-level activities, you want to do it in large scale, you want to have a wider reach, then you need resources. So I think at times financial constraints also limit our operations. Yeah, then I think also to be able to do better outreach, you need better planning, and you need better coordination and also partnership. So I think at times it also takes time to build partnerships, collaborations, to be able to have joint events that can actually have greater impact. Yeah, so at times it takes a bit of time in terms of planning. Planning takes a little bit of time, so that you're able to do things in the right manner and to ensure that there's good outcome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You mentioned about political goodwill, Frederick. I know you work with the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, but when you're talking about political goodwill, is it more of policy? Is it more of, just allowing what political goodwill are you talking about?
Well, thank you so much. And just to mention, besides the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, we also work with other state departments, not only, like, for example, Ministry of Health, because of the aspect of household air pollution, together with other, they call them SAGAs, semi-autonomous government agencies. And when you talk of political goodwill in this case, it's not just a matter of, hey, I know you CCAK and we have been friends since 2013. Rather, it is that aspect of is my agenda is our agenda as CCAK aligning with what is also in the strategy for some of this ministry, or rather just the government in itself. We also know that the government has that, they call it Vision 2030, right? And in that vision, there are aspects whereby, of course, some things are being mentioned. We have the better approach. there's some things that have been mentioned. So if we align together with the voice of the government, it's easier for us to continue in this race. Besides that, as we meet with county governments, it is important that we also foster some good collaborations with them. I can't just come to your county and want to implement some project without having had that good working relationship. It's very important. So as we talk of this goodwill, it's more of also just good collaboration with them if we have projects to implement in their counties. And if we also just want to collaborate with the government, we still also have to just align to what the voice of the government says, as long as it is for the good of the people. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And just to add also, we have been having events like Clean Cooking Week. Actually, every year we have been having Clean Cooking Week for the past 6 years.
Oh, wow.
This year we'll be commemorating the 6th edition. And in some of these sessions, there are sessions, breakout sessions that we speak about maybe just advocating for policies and how the government and other agencies can be involved in the clean cooking agenda. And of course, out of this, there are some takeaways that we can learn, that working together and having one voice instead of this one speaking this language and this one a different language, these things can help so much, so that in the coming subsequent years, maybe one document can be a guiding factor for the whole sector. Yeah.
Is there one? Sorry, you wanted to add?
I wanted to add that even at the ward level, we have the MCS who also support in terms of awareness raising. Yeah, so if you're talking about clean cooking solutions and you want the uptake, then again also when you you work closely with the MCS, the political leadership at the ward level, and they speak to their people, then they will say, okay, this thing, okay, it's something that can work. If our leader is saying this, then we think they trust their leaders, and they will likely to embrace this solution. So I think it's good to work closely with the political leadership, because their people listen to them and they are able to help in terms of passing information and also being able to communicate and influence the behavior that we're talking about here. Because we've seen instances where we've trained people on clean cooking solutions, then you find that some of these leaders also come in just to ensure that, okay, this thing is something that is working for my people, then let me see if I can get some small budget to give a few households this number of stoves to start with, and for them others to learn that this thing is working. Yeah, so it helps in terms of promoting the uptake.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, because inaweza kuwa ni jinsi ya kutafuta kura pia. But we have seen political good leaders who have goodwill for the community, so that's very important. And as we are about to wind up, I think before I ask for the call to action, though we were discussing a bit about solar energy, a bit off air, and maybe you can just tell our listeners what solution that is available in the market that is in regards to solar energy. Frederick.
Thank you so much, Wanjira.
Yeah.
I hope I've gotten the name well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are, of course, a number of innovations of late, and some which have been quite there in the market for some time.
Yeah.
In regards to solar energy.
Yeah.
And just to bring it to a close, solar energy is that power that is derived from the sun.
Yeah.
It can either be directly harnessed in terms of the heat itself, or it can be through the light. That is now whereby you find photovoltaics, whereby you know the solar panels. So in this two approach, we have the solar powered devices that use what you call the direct current. In this case, you'll find there's some electric pressure cooker. So at the end of it all, you just come to electric, but solar powered electric devices. And we can have electric appliances whereby solar power is harnessed through the photovoltaics and then transmitted to the battery and directly used now from the battery to the appliances as direct current. Alternatively, they can also be converted into alternating current. And then there is now the other aspect whereby the heat from the sun is directly used by these devices, whereby we can have what we call parabolic concentrators that harness, they kind of concentrate all this heat from the sun into one place, and then a sufuria or a pot is just placed somewhere nearby or above that heat, and that directly, the heat that is concentrated, because it comes with great kilojoules now. You know, even if you use just a magnifying glass, kwa karatasi utapata inachoma, how much more a dish that is almost the size of a satellite, home satellite. So that heat is what is now transferred into the pot, and then someone can just cook real time with it. Yeah, those are some of the innovations that have been there.
Wow.
And of course, I believe in this field of technology, there is much more that can still be used, because solar is easily available. In fact, now that we are in the tropics, we can't say we have winter seasons whereby, you know, we go for months without the same. So it's an area that still there is much room for innovation and much room for technological advancements.
I love that you said there's so much room for innovation and technological advancement, because now that brings us now into the aspect of the, you know, seeing is believing. You know, we need to see to believe that these solutions are there, and that now calls for us to talk about the Emma Awards, just briefly, as in what should we be expecting, what solutions, what innovations, what should we be in the lookout for this energy management awards.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So the Energy Management Awards is an annual event that has been held, and for the past 20 years. Of course, 2025 will commemorate the 21st edition. And basically, these awards aim to recognize industries or individuals, companies that would help in saving some sort of energy saving innovations. Now for CCAK, we deal in two aspects. Our concentration is under the clean cooking solutions, whereby we have improved cooking solutions and also the clean cooking solutions. And we recognize companies or Juakali industries that have some innovations that in a way align with what we call the multi-tier framework for clean cooking. You see, we have 5 tiers, which I'll not go into much details about the technological aspects. But basically, the Emma Awards are coming up this year. We shall be having them hopefully this month. Sorry, we are in April next month. That is May the 30th. It will be in Nairobi. The location will be confirmed. And all those who are interested to see the kind of innovations that are currently within, they are welcome to come and see. And you know, of course, the information will be out there in the CCAK website. You can find it. Because we work also with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, you can also find more information on their website. And it's a place also to learn. I mean, this is a place that you can find individuals who will even convert waste to energy. You see, some people will not tell you today, they might not believe that coffee husks or rice husks can be transformed into energy. So you'll find they just dump it somewhere. But another person will see that waste is gold, and they'll be able to use that for something better. So this is a place that people can come and you can learn.
Yeah, I think the other thing that you can also add is the Clean Cooking Week. I think Fred mentioned about that at some point.
It's already happened, it's about to happen.
For this year, we are having the 6th edition of the Clean Cooking Week. We are planning to have it either in August, most likely in August.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the Clean Cooking Week, we also have exhibitions where we have all these technologies that we are talking about being exhibited, live cooking, demos happening. So you can
wanapika
chakula hapo na watu wanakula hapo.
Tubebe chakula watupikie ama watakuwa nazo hapo.
Unaweza beba yako kuja ujipikie ndio uone kumbe inafanya kazi.
Kumbe inafanya kazi.
There's opportunity. If you want to cook, you can cook your food.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think it also presents a very good opportunity watu kujionea na kuamini ya kwamba hizi vifaa vinafanya kazi.
True. We are those people saying it's believing.
Yeah. Then we also have, before probably I forget, we have also worked very closely, as Fred mentioned, with other state agencies like REREC, Renewable Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation. They have the energy centers. So at the energy centers, we have what we call clean cooking energy hubs.
Okay.
Which are well equipped with these solutions that we are talking about. So if you, for example, in Nairobi, we have Jamhuri Energy Center. So if you go to Jamhuri Energy Center, you'll be able to see these solutions that we're talking about, from biomass stoves, bioethanol, electric cooking, biogas. All these solutions are there, and it is free. You just walk in, you just tell them that you want to learn about these technologies, you want to see how they work. You are welcome, and they will be able to train. The government have put staff there.
Wait, they're able to train you?
Yeah, they'll tell you how
for free?
Yeah, for free. They don't charge anything. It's for free.
Wait, you can be trained for free?
Just walk in and then you tell them, I want to know how electric pressure cooker works.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they'll be able. They're there to train the public.
Wow.
Yeah, for free.
Unaingia tu unasema
Naingia tu
leo
nasema, nimekuja.
so instead of just idling out there, you can just go walk in.
Yeah.
Tell them I want to see how a biogas system works.
Yeah.
I want to see how it cooks.
Mhm.
Yeah, they will be able to show you how it works. It's for the public awareness.
It's super
creation.
impressive for the young people who are always saying hakuna kazi. And this is an opportunity for them to just go see and just learn.
Yeah.
You know, a learning mind will never be idle. So they're always opening up themselves to opportunities.
Yeah, they have very good technicians. Even if you want to learn how to make an improved stove, they have the materials there. They'll be able to train you.
So how do you like everyone is welcome?
Yeah, if you know Jamhuri Energy Center, just close to the showground.
Yeah.
Just walk in and talk to the technicians there. There's somebody who will be able to welcome you. Tell them what you want to learn, what you want to get from them. They'll be able to help you.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so in Nairobi we have the Jamhuri Energy Center. In around Kilifi we have the Mtwapa Energy Center. Then like Kipia, Nyahururu, we have Mirangini Energy Center. With
all these centers,
with
you just walk in and say, I just want to see and
nimekuja kusoma ama kuona. Kuna nimekuja kujionea. Nataka munionyeshe.
Ukuje tu siku moja ama unaweza kuja mfululizo.
Yeah, you can now plan, arrange with them. But as long as it's a working day, you can always walk in. Whether you are one person, you are a group of people, you just need to make an appointment or walk in, get an appointment.
Yeah,
they're there to support.
For free?
For free. For free.
Najua sisi wa Afrika hatuaminingi vitu za bure. So I am very shocked that this is actually
you only
happening.
Look for your money to the fare to get you there. If you can walk on foot, well and good. Yeah, just need to take care of your transport to the venue and back. Nothing else.
Let me tell you, you have just made my day, because now I have realized that you on the pathway of not just social impact, but also just enabling young people to become creative. Because you can go see, learn how to do it, and then go and replicate or even create better.
Yeah, and also there are electric cooking hubs which now are quite focused on electricity. That there are also in some counties. Kisumu, you'll find one.
Yeah.
In Kitui, there's another one. Kakamega, there's another one.
Yeah.
And so you can still go there, see the demos. There are people who still believe that pana githeri kama sio kuni ama makaa
ina
sioni
ile kamoshi
ka flavor. But you see, there are live demonstrations that are there. There is the Pick and Power Academy by Kenya Power, and that's a place also that people can learn. So information is there. Ni mtu kujituma pia. And also as we speak about awareness, when people know that these things exist and they're not chargeable, then they can just go and find, so I can learn.
KPLC ni bure?
Well, that one now...
you're uko sure?
I won't speak on behalf of them, but these are places, even if it is chargeable, of which I kind of not sure, but of course it will not be some prohibitive prices that, it are only for the chosen few. The purpose and the aim of this awareness intervention is just to reach as many as we purpose to. So they can go to these energy hubs. Yes, Eli?
I think under the Pick and Power program, we've seen how it works, like in the Clean Cooking Weeks. They do live cooking demos. So I think even if you walk to KPLC and you ask for the Pick and Power program, say you want to learn something about cooking using electricity, the people will be able to support you. Because it's about awareness creation. They want people to embrace. Kuna program, we are helping people to know how to. It's a program that it's focusing on electric cooking. Wakenya wapike na steamer.
Wow.
So it's doing a lot of awareness.
I think wanafaa kuja hapa to explain. Like it's a misconception. Like you said earlier, people believe that cooking with electricity is quite expensive. Yeah. So that misconception needs to be, demystified.
Yes.
You can invite them. You can get you contacts. You can invite them so that they come and speak there.
I love that the solutions are available and there's access to information. We just need to know when and where.
Exactly.
And how. And that's the reason for this show. We
also at our office we have these solutions. Most of these solutions are there. We also educate the public for free. They can just walk to our offices. And then we'll be able to show them these the solutions we have, and this is how they work.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't think if on any weekday you feel like you're stressed, you just go learn something new. just walk in and just learn something new. Because the moment you start reading or learning something new, your life becomes better. Learning every day just gives you makes you. I'm so happy about that. That just made my day. So as we wind up, your call to action. How can individuals or the private sector or development partners get involved with CCAK and even support your work for people who already are not?
Yeah, first of all, they can. We as I had mentioned earlier, there are membership packages that are there. They're very much free and welcome to join as members, so that we can be able to walk this train together towards the common goal. Number two, we also, just as my colleague Ellie mentioned, funding is a factor that helps and is really necessary in order to have these initiatives go forth. So we welcome also partners who find and feel that yes, we can support CCAK through funding for initiatives that delve into clean cooking. We work with proposal development as well, whereby we can come, collaborate, and just to ensure that we work together in this journey. Of course, another thing, we also, since we have research institutions, they can also collaborate with us in carrying out researches, which we can make known to the public, give some evidence-based approaches to innovations, or even to just lobbying for favorable tax conditions if it is the same, or market environment that is good for the members that we deal with. Another thing, we just call for everyone now to be an ambassador for clean cooking, even at the very grassroots level. See, sometimes change begins with me more than it begins with the next person. You see, so if I choose myself that from now henceforth I'll change my mindset towards what clean cooking is and begin uptaking the same, it is quite easy for me now to influence even my neighbors around. You see, and then by and by realize, oh, so a whole village has been converted from this type of cooking to a different one, and by and by realize we are approaching towards the goal that we have as a country.
Yeah, thanks. I also wanted to add about the media also, because people need to know about clean cooking. You talked passionately about behavior change communication, and I think this message needs to go out. And as CCK alone, we are not able to do it ourselves. We need to work with other stakeholders, even the media. Last year, we had a forum where we had a sensitization meeting of media houses on what clean cooking is all about. So I think in terms of raising awareness, being able to push this information out to the public is key. And therefore, even the role of the media needs to know that they also have a role to play. Because if people are aware, if we have behavior change taking place, then now the adoption of these clean cooking solutions will peak. That means even the business which are now into these solutions will be able to at least remain in business. So it requires a concerted effort also with the government. I know the government is very passionate about clean cooking, and the enabling environment is already there, and still they are working to make it much better. But so it's a collaborative effort, and so I think the media should also come out strong.
Yeah, we are on a pathway of planting, of growing. Is it 30 million? Trees. I think the range has I've lost that range, but we're on a pathway of making Kenya great through tree planting, and we cannot be advocates of tree planting and yet we're also talking about
the same trees.
We need to choose a struggle. So, and the more we advocate for clean cooking solutions, the better our tree coverage is retained. And also people are able to now be aware that there are alternatives to the fuels, to the fossil fuels. So thank you so much for that. What would be your key takeaway? I mean, what did you say? What message would you like to leave our listeners with regarding the future of clean cooking in Kenya?
Yes, I think for clean cooking, the future looks bright, and lazima tujue ya kwamba upishi safi, afya bora.
Upishi safi, afya bora.
Yeah, so tungangane ama tuhakikishe ya kwamba tunatumia kawi safi na teknolojia safi kwa upishi.
Wow.
Asante.
Kiswahili kidogo imenichanganya hapo. Kawi safi ni nini?
Clean energy.
Oh, clean.
Yeah, clean energy.
Kiswahili hapo imeingia hapo ikatokea hapo pengine. What message would you leave our listeners with?
Well, for me, I'd say that the future of clean cooking is a bright future. And we as CCAK call for collaborative partnerships and action as we continue gearing on. I'd say we have great room for still more innovations. Folks who are in the institutions continue raking the books and studies, and we come up with new innovations. And just as my colleague has said, upishi bora, afya bora. That's the slogan that you're running with. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are we doing the bottom up approach, from young children to the grown-ups, or how is your approach when you're talking about afya bora,
upishi
safi, afya bora? So what is your approach towards that slogan?
I think we also use the bottom-up approach, basically, because we are also working with, like the way we had mentioned, we work with the different ministries, the county governments. So through the county governments, we're able to have access to public schools. We have different clubs in the schools. So we normally meet the club patrons. We talk with them to be able to introduce issues. Like if you look at the environmental clubs in the schools, one thing that we've worked with them, like in Kilifi, with the club patrons, to be able to embrace now clean cooking discussions. So when they're having the debate, the debate discussions in the schools, can they have a topic on something touching on clean cooking? So it's something that already the club patrons are taking up, and even at the primary school level, people are now talking about clean cooking, because now when the pupils also go home, they're able to talk to their parents and be able to influence the uptake of the solution.
Oh, wow. I love that. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being part of Sustainability Connect today. And I would really want to say a huge thank you, because now, even for me, I'm more aware about the clean energy aspect of it. In terms of my key takeaway was the free hubs.
Yes.
Like that for me has just made my day. I am just so happy that there are opportunities.
Yes.
Opportunities to develop, to become better, to innovate better cooking solutions, as clean energy solutions. And we have had a great discussion. We've gotten to know who CCK is, and we've known what your mandate is, and what you're pushing for is something that we as a media house can really support. And what we had also today is clean cooking is not just about energy, it's about saving lives, it's about empowering communities, and also protecting our environment for generations to come. So thank you so much for staying tuned to Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio. I have been with Ellie Odhiambo, who's the national coordinator of the Kenya Clean Cooking Association of Kenya. And thank you so much, Ellie, for your insights, because as a national coordinator, mzigo yote iko juu yako. So helping the nation become clean and better is all on you. So tukisikia kuna moshi hapo, tunakukujia. Thank you so much for making the time to just even come into our studios. And thank you so much, Frederick. You're very knowledgeable, I must say, in this particular sector. And we appreciate the efforts, and we pray that, even in your future endeavors, that as CCAK, your voice will become louder and louder and louder.
Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you to all our listeners. And as we do this, remember, we keep saying we are an awareness and publicity show, and we welcome all your comments. And thank you to Karanja. Thank you to Shares who've joined on our lives today. And thank you so much for just taking the time to listen to us as well. Up until next time, I'm Wanjira Maganjo, and this has been Sustainability Connect. Stay conscious, stay inspired, and stay sustainable. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Thank you.
How the party looks so good in my dress. See you wanna look so, sipping on elixir.
kushine na wao, kama kutupa kitupa mbao, haba na jaza kibaba, hapo vipi, hapo fresh, come on.
I'm feeling it, you feeling it, nah nah nah. I'm feeling it, you feeling it, nah nah nah. 'Cause we on fire, DJ spark up the lighter, music taking me higher. I'm feeling it, you feeling it, I'm feeling it, you feeling it, nah nah nah. I'm feeling it, you feeling it, nah nah nah. 'Cause we on fire, DJ spark up the lighter, music taking me higher. I'm feeling it, you feeling it.
First of all, you look mad as hell. You can tell the way I'm doing well. You can tell the way I'm gonna sell. You can kiss my ass and go to hell. You can see my life looking like a picture, looking like a bigger, better sister to your Insta. Looking at my time, everything I mind, looking for a sign, $1 million mind. What you want my raps? On Benny my bus, on Benny collabo, Kenny my snaps, now my hashtags, yeah Kenny chats. Say many ni me wa mada tena to be outside. First of all, you look mad as hell.